Welcome to Perfect Vocals Academy YouTube channel. If you want to learn audio engineering from top to bottom, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you know every single week when we release a new tutorial. Hey guys, this one is about how to mix vocals with a stereo beat. So many times as a music artist, you will buy a beat from someone and sometimes they don't give you the stems. They just give you the tagless stereo wave file. Or some people are putting out mixtapes and just getting beats off YouTube and not selling their music, but just getting their name out there and doing stuff on YouTube beats. Regardless of what it is, I've noticed that a lot of people send me mixes that it's just the beat and the vocals, which early on I used to be a little frustrated with, but I'm going to show you ways you could really mix vocals with a stereo beat to where it's not really a hassle anymore. It's honestly very easy and very doable. First things first is when this beat is mastered, you could see, this beat. It's limited. You can see right here, it's limited, so it's crushing, it's mastered, it's a mastered beat. So you want to bring it down, depending on the beat. Sometimes you only have to bring a beat down to like -8 or -9. If it's really crushing, then sometimes even like -11, -12. You're going to turn this down. There's no harm done here. It's just turning the beat down, and you're going to, master it again, basically, with the vocals. So bring that down. That is number one, and you should be getting, no hotter than about -9 peaking on your master fader. Another thing you could do is EQ the beat. So once you're mixing the vocals, you might hear certain things in the beat that's getting in the way of the vocal. So let's try it out. Let's go to the verse. So I'm gonna place an EQ here. What we can do is kind of see where the vocal is, where the most of the energy is in the vocal. So we can get out an analyzer. So you can use like Paz analyzer. I'ma treat her real good like she mine. Soon the sun come up and it's goodbye. I'm coming up, gotta get to the money. Gotta stack it up. Looks like there's a lot of energy around 550 hertz. It's like the body of the vocal. So let's try doing a little cut there in the beat. I'ma treat her real good like she mine. Soon the sun come up and it's goodbye. I'm coming up, gotta get to the money. Gotta stack it up as long as I bungee. Grew up in the jungle with lions and monkey. Now I'm in the club. And then you should probably do a narrow cut so it sounds more natural. I'ma treat her real good like she mine. Soon the sun come up and it's goodbye. I'm coming up, gotta get to the money. Gotta stack it up as long as I bungee. Grew up in the jungle with lions and monkey. Now I'm in the... Yeah, so you can hear, if you really listen with headphones, obviously, not your phone, but if you listen with good headphones or on your studio speakers, by doing that, we just created like a home for the body of the vocal. I'ma treat her real good like she mine. Soon the sun come up and it's goodbye. I'm coming up, gotta get to the... And here's without. See, it kind of goes back in the mix. See, it brings it forward. So it brings it forward. It's great. So it's very subtle. Don't listen to anything crazy, or don't expect anything crazy. If it just takes a trained ear to hear it, but it really just, makes the space for the vocal. So that's a great way to work with a beat right there. Next, a lot of beats will be very center driven. So the kick, the sub bass, the snare, everything's just in the middle of the beat. I've came across lots of beats that just have the whole center of the image very, very taken up, to where it makes it hard because that's where the vocal goes. The vocal goes in the center. So you can get out a stereo Widener. I like this one, Side Widener by Joey Sturgis, but you can use the Waves S1.
And there's probably some other ones too. Well, let's go with the side widener. Now, this is a very strong plugin, so you want to really just play with the width. You don't want to go super crazy to where the beat's, you know, kind of weird and, you know, chorusy and stuff. So I'll just dial back that width until it just kind of spreads a little bit. I'ma treat her real good like she mine. Soon the sun come up and it's goodbye. I'm coming up, gotta get to the money. Gotta stack it up as long as I bungee. Grew up in the jungle with lions and monkey. Now I'm in the club. See, it's very subtle, but I turn the width a little bit. There's different modes you can play with. If it gets louder, just level it with the output. That's without it. Here's with. It just creates a space for the vocal. You know, it makes the sub bass just a little bit more stereo and wide, and the drums and stuff. So that's a great way as well. You could also use center, which is wave center. You could just turn down that center. If there's just heavy, if it was mixed very heavy with low end and kick and snare and all that, you can just dial down that center a little bit and maybe turn up the sides just a hair, just to, you know, to kind of do the same thing. And I think with this mix, when I mix it, I use center instead of the side widener. But you can kind of use both or one or the other. There's no rules, just whatever works. So next, as you can see, I have a compressor on the beat, but it's not compressing the beat just in a normal way. It's actually a sidechain compression. So what I'm doing here is this key input I have set to a bus. So you just pick an open bus. I chose 9. Then from your vocal, let's see. Oh, it's on my all vocals. I got all my vocals bus to one place, I think. Yeah. Oh no, I don't. So there it is. So like on the sends, see sends here, you will open up bus 9 on the main vocal. So let's go to the verse right here. Open up bus 9 and the sends. I like to turn it at unity gain, so 0. Now we're sending vocals, like we're sending the signal, just a copy of the signal, through this bus into this compressor. So that way, every time the vocal is going, it's coming through this bus and we're compressing the beat. So basically, the beat is not compressed when the vocal's not going. And then when the vocal is going, it's being compressed. Just a little bit, though. This she to give a little FaceTime. I'm fucking real good, give her one dime. I'ma treat her real good like she mine. Soon the sun come up and it's goodbye. I'm coming up, gotta get to the money. Gotta stack it up as long as I bungee. Grew up in the jungle with lions and monkey. Now I'm in the club and I'm ordering bubbly. Sipping on Hennessy out here in Tennessee. I can take your whole anywhere. Obviously, you see it's only like 2 dB a gain reduction, nothing crazy. So these are a lot of tricks here. There's a lot of things you can do to really work with a stereo beat. And lastly, automation. So I like to use automation when the beat kind of drops out in spots. So sometimes you'll have like the sub bass will go away, the drums will go away, and it'll just be like some keys. And a lot of beats do this to have a lot of drops. So tons of beats do this. It just gives the beat dynamics and just basically has it to where it's coming in and out. Only problem with that is the vocals get really loud when the beat drops out like that. So there's not really a good example in this song, but let's paste the vocals. I'll show you what I mean. Now listen how loud the vocals are over this part of the beat that's just kind of, mellow. I hit your hoe with the FaceTime
a nigga come and play that on my FaceTime. If a nigga mind his business, he'll be just fine. I'm a nigga on the block with his main guys. I hit your hoe with the FaceTime. If a nigga come
and then when it comes in,
I hit your hoe with the FaceTime.
now it feels kind of in there. So it wasn't that bad, but there's been worse scenarios I've heard. But just for this example, you can go to volume here on the beat, and just for that spot, I like to turn it up maybe 2 dB, something like that. Sometimes 3. It just makes it blend better. Now watch how it blends with with when the beat comes in. Listen to the vocal.
Cash out.
Yeah, so it just keeps the vocal the same level. But you don't even notice that the beat is louder there than the drop. And if you do, then you went too far. But it's mainly just bringing up the beat just for that moment, just so the vocal isn't super loud. So, all right, guys, I hope all this was helpful. What was that, like 5 different tips? That's you should be able to get the job done with that. I wouldn't say you have to do much more than that. That's what I do on a day-to-day basis whenever I get these types of mixes, and it works perfectly every time. So please subscribe if you haven't, guys, and I look forward to making another video for you guys next week. Thanks.